Hello, welcome everybody to the Slavic Languages live show. Nice to see you here. This is a show where we just hang out and try to practice our Slavic languages comprehension skills. Because, as you know, Slavic languages belong to the same language family, and there is a certain level of mutual intelligibility between those languages. So, I'm a Polish speaker myself, as you probably know. And hopefully today we are going to have lots of callers who are going to help me improvise language challenges as we usually do it here. So I see people start coming in. You know, this is a bit unusual time of the stream because it's Saturday, it's midday. You know, I'm just testing different times of the day to see how it's gonna work out. But I see there are some regulars here. Hello, Paweł, Wierzba, Linar. Nice to see you there in the comment section. By the way, if you want to participate in the chat, I think you have to be subscribed to the channel to be able to do that. But yeah, so basically, we already had some shows here. This is actually the basic principle of this channel, live streaming. So we just want to connect live on YouTube, improvising language challenges, sometimes playing some games. Like for the past 2 weeks, I was streaming The Sims 3. I was playing it in Czech language. I was just trying to figure out like what can I do with my knowledge of Polish and how does that translate into gaming. It was fun, and there is more videos like that coming up as well. So if you are a fan of that show, it's coming back probably next week. Just this week I was too busy, and if you follow the Ecolinguist channel, you know that on Wednesday I had internet issues, so I had to postpone most of my streams, and that's why I wanted to come to you this Saturday and have some fun with the Slavic languages. Yeah, so first of all, this is a call-in show. So basically, we are going to wait for people to call in. If you already registered, you don't have to register. You can just retrieve the email that was sent to you during registration, and you should have the link that gives you instructions on how to connect to this stream. But if you're new here and you need to register, in the description box there should be a registration form linked up. This is how it looks like. After filling it in, you should receive an email with the link with instructions how to connect to the stream. So there is that. That's happening. And yes, what we're gonna do next, we're going to wait for some people. It's important actually, guys, when you are signing in into the software. So after you've completed the registration and you received the link to join the software that I'm using, it's important to type your name and your native language, so I know what language you speak, and if you are the right person for this particular time of the show. If we need, for example, a Czech speaker, a Ukrainian speaker, or Russian speaker at the time, or Bulgarian speaker, and actually I'm trying to keep the show simple, so maybe we have like 2 or maximum 3 people at a time. So if you call in, we can hang out for some time and then give a chance for other people to call in as well. So yes, that's how it works. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, yeah, you can just type them in and we can have a little bit of a conversation before I will start accepting calls. If you are calling in and you're on the line, just wait there patiently for your turn. or if you have any issues, just also type them in the chat, because things happen, links can be broken and stuff like that. But I think I have my Slavic Languages hub set up in the software, so that's the right link for you to call in. Because if you participated previously in the Ecolinguist live show, you have to register again for this channel, because those are two separate channels. I see the Slavic Languages Hub as a subdivision of the Ecolinguist channel, and it kind of helps divide the audiences and communities into different groups, because I also have the Romance Languages Hub that we kicked off a couple of weeks ago, and this week we started the Germanic Languages Hub. So I'm trying to keep the language family separate for the purpose of live streaming and recording videos together, making challenges, just to make it more orderly. And who knows, those channels can just start living their own lives at some point, and we can focus on one particular language family. Maybe you can help this channel become something more than just live streaming, and maybe we could make more educational content about Slavic languages. So if you have some expertise about Slavic languages and you want to share it with the community, you're welcome to contact me, and we can arrange a live stream or a pre-recorded video with a presentation. It would be very interesting to see comparative linguistics dedicated to Slavic language family. I am not an expert in Slavic languages. I'm fascinated by them. Of course, I'm a Polish speaker, and they just sound so interesting and nice to me, and I would like to learn more. But my job here is just to create the show, create the platform, and hopefully you guys can help me out with providing your expertise, and we can share the passion for language learning and for the Slavic languages in particular. That would be great. Yes. So let's see. Oh, we have a caller calling in. I think I may know her. Yeah, I think I will start accepting calls now. So let's do that. Okay. Okay. Mariana, so you're joining me now. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, welcome back. Cześć.
Cześć. Hi.
Hello.
Привет.
Mariana, before we start speaking in Slavic languages, just tell everybody where are you calling from and what languages do you speak, for all the people who are just new to the channel.
Yeah, so I'm calling from Ukraine, and I speak, my native language is Ukrainian, but also I speak English, Polish, German, a very little bit of Belarusian, and Russian.
Okay, that's great. So, do you speak? Which part of Ukraine are you from?
I'm west north part of Ukraine. I live there, so it's kind of the areas, I would say my area is on the border with Poland and Belarus. Yeah.
Yes. So, would you say that there is some influence from Belarus or Poland into that dialect of Ukrainian?
Uh, I can say definitely, because in the past that part was like that part was in the like it was Polish Lithuanian Commonwealth, and my town and the area was part of it. So like definitely there is some influence, and especially closer to the border with Belarus, I would say they're like the language they speak would be something like a mix of Ukrainian, Belarusian, and as well, of course, we have some words that might be similar to Polish. But I think that the influence still is not that strong as it could be, for example, in the Galician region, Lviv, Ivano-Frankivsk, because I think the Polish influence there is kind of much stronger.
Yes. So we've done some challenges featuring Ukrainian before, and it worked pretty well. So if there are maybe some Polish speakers that want to call into the show and maybe challenge themselves with understanding Ukrainian, that would be great. So we can wait for a little bit. Maybe someone is going to call a Polish speaker. Pavel, I remember that you tried to call a couple of times. Maybe you're ready to call in right now. That would be interesting. Yes, because Ukrainian is definitely. I think Ukrainian is definitely closer or easier for me to understand than Russian. Let's say. Obviously, also because of the geographic proximity.
Yeah, actually, like, Ukraine and Polish, they had a lot of common lexic, actually. And actually, Polish is closer to Ukrainian than Russian. So, for example, the closest language would be Belarusian, so it's 74, or not 74, actually, 84% of common lexic. So, then Polish will be about 70, and then will be Slovak, about 68, I think, percent of common lexic, and Russian will be 62. So of course, and for you will be much easier the Ukrainian because there are maybe more common words in Ukrainian.
Yeah. So I see, Mariana, you came prepared for the show. You did your
No,
research.
no, it's the thing that I should know because every time I meet foreigners, they tell me the first if they are not familiar that much with the situation here, Slavic languages, like East Slavic languages, they would say, "Oh, so Russian and Ukrainian is like almost the same language. It's very similar." They think so. So I'm prepared. I should be prepared to explain how similar it is.
Yeah.
Or for example, I met some people. Let's say from I lived some time. I lived in Montenegro, so I met people like from Serbia, Montenegro, I know Croatia, and would say like Serbian and like Montenegrin. It's that similar as Ukrainian and Russian. So they have to explain why it's not that similar because it's different, similar level of similarity.
Yes. Yes. Uh, Good. So you speak Polish, and you speak Polish on a quite high level.
Yeah, I'm not practicing like currently. I'm actually not practicing that much, so I'm not exposed to the language. So of course, things get forgotten. I need more time to be fluent. But in general, like yeah, if I'm into the language, I think I'm fluent enough.
Yes. So I think I might have an idea for a challenge with Polish later. But
Mhm.
maybe while waiting for some Polish speakers to call, uh, we could do like a warm up challenge with Ukrainian. I don't
Okay.
know, maybe have you prepared any words for today?
Uh, yeah, I have some idea for some words. Not complicated, but yeah, something.
Okay, that's good then. So I'm ready for the challenge then. So
Okay.
I think now we can switch to the Slavic languages.
Okay. So I should explain you
Tak,
the word.
poproszę
Okay,
teraz
dobra.
wyjaśnij mi słowo i ja spróbuję
Добре.
zrozumieć, o czym mówisz.
Значить, це слово, це явище, феномен. Його можуть, це явище може бути створене людьми. Для того, щоб це створити, потрібні сірники, папір і дрова. Чи є якісь ідеї, що це може бути?
Więc to jest coś, do zrobienia czego potrzebujemy papieru, jakiegoś długopisu czy pisaka, czy
Ні,
pędzla
ні,
może. Mhm.
ні. Сірники, папір і дрова. А, Зараз спробую ще пояснити, додаткові дати
To
підказки.
mówisz o jakimś przedmiocie, tak?
Це більше явище, феномен.
Zjawisko.
Угу.
Zjawisko. Mhm.
Так. Зазвичай це використовують, тобто наслідок цього люди використовують для того, наприклад, щоб приготувати їжу. Може так бути. Або, наприклад, на фестивалях люди збираються, сідають навколо цього, грають на гітарі, співають пісні.
A, rozumiem. I potrzebujesz, żeby zacząć to zjawisko, potrzebujesz papieru albo na przykład kawałków drewna,
Так,
tak?
так.
Tak.
Так, або може бути запальничка чи сірники ще.
Zapałki. Tak, teraz już chyba rozumiem. Zapałki, czyli te małe patyczki, które wywołują ogień.
Ну, можливо, не впевнена, що
To
це
zaraz, zaraz się przekonamy, więc zgaduję, że to jest ognisko.
Так, то правильно.
Ognisko. I po ukraińsku jak to będzie?
Багаття, або що в деяких регіонах кажуть ватра.
Aha. Więc są dwa słowa, tak? Dwa
Ну,
słowa.
багаття. Загалом таке найпоширеніше слово це багаття. Але часом це може бути синонім. Ну, синонім це може бути ватра, наприклад.
Okay, I see. So just to make things clear, like let's switch to English for a little bit. You're talking about a bonfire, right? That people
Yes.
can sit around and socialize. In Polish, it's ognisko, and in Ukrainian, there are two words you say.
I mean, the most common would be багаття, I would say, like the typical one, probably known by other people, but also vatra, which is it's getting used more right now. But I would say that in the past, not many people knew this word because it was more from the west part, maybe of Ukraine. So just some area of people who would use that word. So yeah. Yeah, some people would say also вогнище. Yeah, I think вогнище also could be.
Aha, so a little bit closer to maybe the Polish roots, like ognisko,
Yeah.
ognisza.
Yeah, it's closer. But for me, багаття was like, for me, it was more common than багаття. But yeah, вогнище is also pretty common and understood by people. So yeah.
Yes. So that's an interesting word because, like in English, for example, they don't really have that word like in a one word thing. So I think it's more of a Slavic thing, possibly, that we see it as an important concept enough to coin a word for it. You know, like a single
But
word.
bonfire isn't that word for in English, or it's
It is actually, yeah. But I'm not sure if it has the same connotations. Possibly, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think similar. Not sure about the deep meaning.
Oh, Yellow suggests. Oh, let me move this. That Watra górale tak mówią. So in Polish, they're in a slang or like the local vernacular in the mountains, which are actually closer to the Ukrainian border.
Yeah, I think there are also probably like the people who live there, like Lemki, Lemki, Ruthenians.
Łemkowie.
I think in that, yeah, in that area they live. So maybe somehow that influence came from them, because the language they speak is kind of really similar to Ukrainian.
It's basically like Rusin language, Lemko. It depends how you call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good word. I don't know. Do you have another one? Possibly.
Yeah. Okay, just a moment. I think that I'm very blurred. Like, I don't know. Is it?
It goes on and off. But it's going to stabilize.
Okay. I'm just thinking, is my internet okay? I guess it seems to be okay.
We can definitely hear you. Like that's what usually happens with the software. Like if the internet is unstable or something, it always preserves the audio and blurs video a little bit, just so we can hear you.
Okay.
And video, it's going to stabilize.
Okay. So yeah, it could be the next word. So yeah, I have one more word. I can start. Окей. Це є дерево. Значить, це дерево, воно має деяке символічне значення, принаймні в Україні. Мені здається, що в Польщі теж. Адже його використовують на одне релігійне християнське свято. Або точніше, перед Великоднем, за тиждень до Великодня, якби Вітки цього дерева святять в церкві. Також це дерево, воно може мати навесні, воно має такі сірі пухнасті квіточки, а влітку воно вже, ну, тобто це є зелені гілки, тобто воно зелені, тобто цих, скажімо, сіреньких пухнастих квіточок вже немає. Ось. Не знаю, чи є якісь ідеї.
Czy to jest jakiś przedmiot wykorzystywany w cerkwi albo w kościele, tak? Czy podczas rytuałów religijnych?
Не можу сказати, що це прямо предмет, тобто це є дерево. Ну, це,
rodzaj
це
drzewa,
дерево.
tak?
Так, тип дерева. І його, ну, не знаю, наскільки використовують в церкві, але саме люди, принаймні в Україні, люди, вони гілки цього дерева збирають чи купують і йдуть до церкви, щоб посвятити.
Żeby poświęcić.
Так. І це приблизно відбувається за 1 тиждень до Великодня. Пасха, Великодень.
Aha, czyli to jest związane z Wielkanocą, ze świętem Wielkanocy, tak? Czy Paschy, czy nie wiem jak właśnie.
Tak. Tak.
Dobrze, więc wydaje mi się, że chyba takie drzewo, które jest najczęściej wykorzystywane, to będzie wierzba.
Ще раз?
Wierzba.
Tak, це правильно.
Wierzba, rozumiem. Więc chodzi o te gałązki wierzby wykorzystywane właśnie w obrządku religijnym. Tak. A jak to będzie po ukraińsku?
Верба.
Czyli bardzo podobnie. A jeszcze mam takie... Kojarzą mi, bo przez chwilę pomyślałem też o bazich kotkach. Nie wiem, czy wiesz co to są.
Зараз є якісь фото.
Bazie, zaraz właśnie...
Бо, власне, ці сірі квіточки, про які я говорила...
To są bazie wierzbowe. Zaraz właśnie pokażę może, jak to wygląda. Właśnie...
Так, я думаю, що то... Ну, власне, ці сірі квіточки, про які я говорила, вони називаються котики в українській мові теж. Ми називаємо їх котики.
Так, czyli coś w tym stylu.
Так, це, так.
Ага, так.
То я не знала, що по-польськи це називається бажі котки, я цього не знала.
Bazie albo właśnie bazie kotki też się tak mówi. Aha, to też jest wykorzystywane często wiosną.
То, ну, в українській мові так ми називаємо це котики. Тобто це така
I
асоціація.
po czesku koczyczki. U nas na słowensku bachniatka. Bachniatka.
А що означає бажі? Бажі це що означає?
Bazie. Co to może znaczyć? Bazie. Zobaczymy w wikisłowniku. Jaka jest etymologia tego? Czy jest etymologia w słowniku? Niestety nie ma, chyba że... Nie, ma to coś wspólnego z botaniką. So this word has something to do with botanics. It's a name used to describe plants, but I can't really find any etymological information there. Yes, and there are some comments in the Cyrillic alphabet that I cannot really read because it's yeah, it would take ages before I decipher it. But Mariana, if you see any interesting comments there, you can.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Just a moment.
um, Darwin was right. Suggest
They say
Boży,
that in
maybe.
Boże.
Może
Yeah,
to jest.
maybe. Maybe.
Oh, and Wrzba in Slovak, I think. Like Fur Hunter is from Slovakia. He just
Yeah,
mentioned
in Serbian, like in Montenegrin would be vrba, vrba.
Verba.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of funny because my last name comes from that tree, Wierzbicki.
Oh, yeah, actually. Interesting.
Yes, yes. So I'm well familiar with this tree, and also quite often, especially in literature, those trees are represented. When describing the countryside and stuff, it's like a very important element of the landscape, and
Yeah.
we often call them like wierzba płacząca
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, I
because
think
it looks
yeah, I
like
think
it's
it also has
crying.
yeah, I don't know actually about Ukrainian. I know in Russian they say plakucha, плачущая ива or something. But yeah, I need to check. I think also in Ukrainian we also have something like plakucha. But I heard this so I just will check. Yeah,
E,
yeah. Verba plakucha, yeah, we have something like that.
Wierzba płacząca, dlatego że po prostu te gałęzie, gałązki, które tak
Uh-huh.
płyną w dół, wyglądają jakby to były strumienie łez. Like streams of tears.
Так, так, в Україні теж використовується це. Should I speak in English or Ukrainian? Because I'm confused.
Yes, between challenges we can just stick to English,
Uh-huh.
so more people can kind of get the idea of what we are talking about, you know.
Yeah, so in Ukraine also this tree is used to describe countryside, villages, like you said, like some landscape. It's also pretty common in Ukrainian literature. The tree is pretty used. Yeah. Also, we have a lot of kind of fairy tales or just in general stories of different authors with mythology, and it also plays a significant role that this tree plays also. Yeah.
Yes, Bogdan is
Someone
suggesting
wrote, yeah, just said that someone wrote that in Belarusian it's verba.
Vierba, yeah. Yeah, it's obviously that's the whole point of Slavic languages, that there is so much similarities, but there is also a difference, in pronunciation, the way we work with vowels and consonants and stuff like that. So Vierba, it's also that. Okay, good. So I see there is some more people calling. So Mariana, I would like to do a Polish challenge with you at some point today if you're still going to be around. But maybe I can put you in the green room for now. Add another person. We talk a little bit. Maybe do one challenge, and then we can get back to the Polish
Okay.
challenge that I want to do today. Maybe someone who speaks Polish also is going to be calling in, so it's going to make the challenge more interesting.
Okay.
Okay, so one moment then. Let's add. Okay, Ilya might be. Hello, Ilya. So you're going to be joining us in a second.
Yeah, hello. I hope you can hear me.
Oh, wait, sorry. Yes, here you are. Hello, Ilya.
Hello, Norbert. Once again, I hope you can hear me well.
Yes, we can hear you well.
Okay,
So,
okay,
Ilya,
here we go.
where are you calling from, and what languages do you speak?
I'm calling from Russia. I'm from Yushkarla. It's the capital of my real republic. My native language is obviously Russian, but I also speak English and Czech as well.
Czech. Uh-huh, uh-huh,
Yes,
Czech.
yes.
How long have you been studying Czech?
Like for a year and a half.
For a year and a half. Okay, that's cool. Have you seen my stream with the Sims 3?
Yeah, I saw your stream and I also liked your videos with Wit, with the Czech language speaker teacher, and yeah, I like that a lot. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's cool. What's your experience with Polish then?
I can tell you a story how I started to learn Polish, but to be honest, I didn't learn it in some kind of online school. I did it like in my way. So I was watching some Polish memes and videos on YouTube, and I started to think like, this language sounds really interesting and quite similar a bit to Russian. So I started to like watch more videos and learn phrases from like "Shema to ya" to like more like harder phrases. I know, and it was like 3 years ago. But a year later, my uncle said that I can try to study in Czech Republic. So I I abandoned my learning of Polish language and I started to learn Czech language. Yes.
Okay, okay, I see. So maybe we could improvise a challenge in which you can try to guess a Polish word that I'm going to describe to you. You know, we'll see how
Yes.
much you remember, or maybe if Czech is helping you out with that. If you're okay with that.
Okay. Sure,
Uh,
I can try to guess. It
yeah,
would be really funny.
yeah. So let me just find the one. What level of difficulty do you want? Easy, medium, or hard?
Mm, I suppose let's do it like in a medium level. I'll
Medium.
try to guess. Yeah.
Okay, if medium level. So, uwaga, zaczynamy. So you can ask questions in Russian, okay?
Okay.
Dobrze, więc słowo, którego teraz szukamy, to jest obiekt, to jest przedmiot, który jest budowany przez ludzi w celu zabezpieczenia swojego majątku. Tak? Ten przedmiot ma za zadanie chronić Twoich posiadłości. Czasami też może być używany do tego, żeby chronić Twoje warzywa przed dzikimi zwierzętami i szkodnikami. Czy coś zrozumiałeś? Masz jakieś pytania?
Но я понял примерно 75% того, что ты мне сказал. Ну, то есть это предмет, с помощью которого мы можем защититься, обезопаситься от обезопасить свои вещи, обезопасить себя от диких зверей, от еще кого-то, но то есть это предмет защиты, ну, в каком-то смысле.
Myślę, że jesteś blisko. Więc czy masz jakiś typ? Chciałbyś teraz odgadnąć? Czy masz więcej pytań?
Но это, не знаю, это может быть какое-то, не знаю, может быть что-то по типу коробки, сейфа, ящика. Просто других у меня как-то нет
Pytasz, z
пока
czego jest
идей.
zrobiony, z czego jest zbudowany, tak?
Ну, да, по сути. Может быть, металлический, деревянный, возможно, какой это предмет.
Tak, najczęściej jest drewniany, jeżeli chodzi o to konkretne słowo, które mam na myśli, ale może być też metalowy czasami. Szczególnie w ostatnich dziesięcioleciach metalowe stały się bardzo popularne.
Последние годы стало довольно популярным этот предмет из металла, металлический.
Tak, dlatego że po prostu na dłużej wystarcza, tak? Ta drewniana konstrukcja próchnieje z czasem i trzeba ją wymienić, a metalowe konstrukcje przetrwają więcej czasu.
Так, если честно, у меня почти нет вариантов. Довольно сложно.
A jeszcze nie masz pomysłu. Dobrze, to jeszcze może coś podpowiem. Jest to zwykle konstrukcja, która otacza twój dom, tak?
Опять... Ты уже начал по-чешски говорить аж от того, что, кажется, угадал.
Aha.
Это может быть забор, который окружает дом, возможно.
Zabor po angielsku to będzie
Забор, like a wall around your house. I forgot
fence?
the
Fence?
word. Yeah, exactly.
Fence.
It's fence. Yes.
fence. Yes. So in Polish it's płot.
По-русски плот — это самодельное, скажем так, самодельное устройство для того, чтобы переплыть реку из досок.
Aha.
В русском языке плот у нас — это вот как раз-таки, скажем так, самодельное, это не лодка, это, скажем так,
Aha.
несколько досок, сколоченных вместе, на которых, то есть, можно встать и переправиться через реку.
Could you explain that in English? Because I'm not sure if
In
I
Russian,
follow.
plot is like the boat, but it's not really like some docks that are like together. Some docks that we used to. I don't know. It's hard.
Okay. So you have a word similar to that, but it just means something
Yes,
else. So
yes.
we could say it's a false friend. Maybe in the comments someone has an idea. Fur Hunter suggests that plch could be a raft, maybe.
Yeah, it's a raft.
It's more like
raft in
a
Russian.
tak, or prom, like a ferry, something that used to transport things over water.
I can say it's more like a raft. Yes. Yes.
Agaroja in Belarusian. Agaroja. That's interesting. Yeah, that's great. So we did this. So it was a little bit of a challenge because I wanted to make it a little bit harder without revealing too much all at once. So that was interesting. Ilya, are you still there? Hello. Yes, the internet is a bit. Slow.
Yeah, I know some problems with the internet, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, good. So, Ilya,
So
so thank you for calling now. I think that it's time now to move on to the Polish challenge that I had in mind. So I'm going to switch to Mariana, and Ilya, you can either like stay on the line. Maybe there will be some time to do more interaction, but we'll see. We'll see how it develops. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Thank you. Dziękuję bardzo.
Okay.
And let me add Mariana now. Yes, Mariana. So you made a suggestion. I just saw that your comment. So how do you read that in Ukrainian?
I just yeah, Ohoroja.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's just similar to Belarusian. I've seen someone wrote this. So, but also we have different word for this, parkan. Uh,
Parkan.
like
Yes.
for fans. Hmm. Yeah.
I think in Polish we also have that word parkan, and to me at least it means that it's made of rocks. Like it's more of a
Hmm.
rocky, like concrete
Hmm.
thing.
Okay. Yeah, not sure if it's meant to be from specific material in Ukrainian. Maybe wood. Not sure. Maybe in the. I mean, I think it was used more common in the past,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, think it's still like a common word right now. So I don't think it actually means that it's made of a specific material.
Uh-huh.
But it's
Uh-huh.
interesting that in Polish, yeah, it's
I'm
made of
not quite sure
rocks.
because I grew up in the countryside and kind of there was like a piece of concrete fence with rocks in them, very old, and that's how we used to
Uh,
call it.
okay.
But
Which part of Poland?
Podlasie, northeast part,
Okay.
closer to the Belarusian border.
Uh-huh. Okay, okay.
Uh, yeah.
S- So do you have any specific dialects there in that area of or
Yes, we could say that there is a dialect or like a vernacular, especially like in the countryside, people tend to have their own vernacular that they use. But there is also, in some parts, there is a strong dialect, which is called Kurpiowski, which is kind of
mm,
very, very, very distinguished. But I don't speak that, I just, because it's a continuum, it's usually a continuum, so uh, there is a region that this dialect is very strong, but in my village, it's you could just hear some echoes of that, but not really
mm,
a proper dialect.
mm. Do you know what's the dialect? Is it impacted by some neighbor? I don't know, either Belarus, Ukraine, or Armenian language,
No,
or
it's
maybe something else?
very distinct. It's mostly about the pronunciation.
Uh-huh.
The way that some consonants are pronounced and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And also there are also some expressions, idiomatic expressions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just mentioned that maybe if there is like a Kurpiowski dialect speakers here in the chat, that would be nice to get a sample of that. But you know what? Maybe I could quickly just find a sample online, but I'm not sure if YouTube might actually stop the stream because of the copyright thing. So maybe I'm not gonna try that, but I'm sure that there are some samples. Let me see. Um, uh, okay, I'm just playing. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yes. So let's see. There is Gawenda Kurpiowska, Witold Kuczyński TED Talk. So he gave a TED Talk about this.
Mruzonymi łocami,
Mm-hmm.
to byś się zazdesł w tym życiu. Dlatego też ja, że jestem w stroju tutaj naszych pradziadków, to też i będę mówił do was mową naszych pradziadków, gwarą kurpsiowsko, bo tak nie się lepiej odnaleźć.
So that's a short
Mm.
sample for all of you who are
Uh-huh.
interested in Kurpiowska dialect. I'm going to send the link to that video in the chat so you can actually learn more about that. So how does it sound, Mariana?
Sounds similar to Polish. The accent is pretty similar, but some consonants are different. I think some words it's just like they have different to Polish.
Yeah, yeah,
I
it's almost that's the thing with vernaculars. Like it's almost Polish, but it just the use of words, like those words probably are in the dictionary anyways, but they're not that common in use.
yeah.
So very distinguished. Yes. So actually, for the challenge I had in mind is something like this. Let me make it. Okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show everybody how it looks like. We changed the look of it a little bit. We're not going to do the short as we used to do it before, but I thought that we could just create a story together. We can just start speaking Polish and then create a story that connects all of those blocks. What do you think, Mariana?
Okay. Should I also speak Polish?
Yes, so that's the challenge where we're going to speak Polish.
Okay.
Yes. Let me
Yeah, that's
do one more thing here. So it's going to be I'm going to start, or maybe you are going to start. We will see. Maybe I'm going to start because I already know kind of how this works.
so I should like continue the story after you, right?
Yes.
So it should have some logic.
Yes, so I'm going to start with the first block, the first picture, and then you will have to like take it over and connect it somehow to the following picture.
Okay.
Okay, so let's give us some time to think for a little bit. Okay, so let's play some music and think about what we can say.
Okay.
Mariana, czy znasz wszystkie słowa z tego tutaj?
Yes. No, I should speak in Polish. Yeah.
So
yeah.
let's name all the words.
Ja nie jestem pewna, czy znam wszystkie słowa. Na przykład, co to jest ostatnie, bo nawet nie wiem po ukraińsku.
A to jest właśnie ten dron, bezpilotnik może. Pamiętam, mieliśmy to.
Aha, tak. Okej.
Więc jest żarówka, jest laptop, komputer, jest rakieta, robot, mysz, są jakieś napoje i to mogą być różne napoje, mogą być kieliszki, kufle, coś w tym stylu. Mamy lornetkę, mamy krzesło obrotowe i mamy drona. Tak, mamy drona. Więc będziemy tutaj wymyślać historię. A widzowie mogą nam pomagać oczywiście, mogą nam podpowiadać, ale ostateczna decyzja będzie należała do nas, co zrobimy z tą historią. Dobrze, to zaczynamy w takim razie. Uwaga. Więc wczoraj w moim domu była awaria prądu, po której jedna z żarówek przestała mi działać. I to była bardzo ważna żarówka w kuchni, która była bardzo potrzebna do tego, żeby oświetlać moje szafki i blat, na którym przygotowuję jedzenie.
Okej. W ten moment korzystałam z laptopa, byłam na kuchni, korzystałam z laptopa, pisałam mu wiadomość do swojego kolegi i więc ta awaria wszystko popsuła mnie, bo nie mogłam kontynuować swoją pracę.
Tak, a ta praca, ta wiadomość do kolegi była o naszych planach na podróż w kosmos. Tak, dlatego że od kilku dni już dyskutowaliśmy na ten temat i postanowiliśmy, że ta planeta jest dla nas za mała i musimy polecieć w kosmos.
Okej, ale to musisz skorzystać ze słowa rakieta.
Tak, więc próbowaliśmy wysłać właśnie wiadomość do kolegi odnośnie budowy rakiety. Plany budowy rakiety.
Okej. No właśnie ta podróż to był taki bardzo fajny pomysł, ale myśleliśmy, że chyba nie tylko ludzie muszą tak podróżować, a że musimy wziąć jakiegoś robota, który by nam pomagał z jakimiś rzeczy, o których nie zdążymy dać radę, na przykład porachować na przykład jakąś odległość do jakiegoś obiektu i tak dalej. Więc chcieli wziąć robota, który by nam pomagał w podróży.
Bardzo dobry pomysł, tak. Chodziło o to, żeby mieć ze sobą jakiegoś robota, który będzie nam pomagał przeprowadzać różnego rodzaju obliczenia. Tak. Niestety w tym momencie, jak dotąd, mamy tylko dostęp do myszy. Mysz to jest jedyny robot, jaki posiadamy. I teraz co możemy zrobić w związku z tym? Jak sprawić, żeby ta mysz spełniała wszystkie funkcje takiego robota kosmicznego, którego potrzebujemy?
No dlatego musimy pójść do jakiegoś baru, wziąć napoje i wtedy pójdzie lepiej nam praca, żeby wymyślić jakieś pomysły. Tak.
Tak. Jakiego typu to będą napoje?
No, zależy od tego, kto co uwielbia pić. Może być piwo, wino, a może być coś bez alkoholu, jeśli człowiek nie chce. Tak, nie pije takiego rodzaju napoje.
Więc sugeruję, że powinniśmy po prostu iść i do jakiegoś baru, napić się i wtedy pomysły same do nas przyjdą.
Tak, albo możemy kupić w sklepie jakieś napoje w domu wtedy. Mieć
W
jakąś
Żabce na
taką,
przykład, tak?
no, w Żabce czy Biedronce.
Tak, posiedzieć w domu i wtedy co? I wtedy
Może przyjdą nam jakieś pomysły według tego, jak zrobić z myszy jakiegoś robota. Albo tak.
no właśnie. I ten pomysł przyszedł nam bardzo szybko, tak? Tak zrobiliśmy, poszliśmy do tej Biedronki, kupiliśmy parę dobrych napojów wyskokowych, które nam pomogły wymyśleć, jak zbudować robota z myszki. Więc jedną z ważnych funkcji takiego robota będzie obserwowanie, co się dzieje dookoła. Taki robot musi wiedzieć, co się dzieje na dużych odległościach, więc będzie mu potrzebne ostre widzenie na odległość, więc do tego możemy wykorzystać lornetkę. Czyli wyposażymy tego robota w lornetkę i jej funkcją będzie monitorowanie tego, co się dzieje dookoła na duże odległości.
No też będzie potrzebne krzesło obrotowe, tak? Czy jak to się nazywa?
Obrotowe.
Tak, krzesło obrotowe, dlatego żeby ten robot mógł nie tylko patrzeć tak prosto, a na przykład gdzieś lewo, w prawo i żeby był bardziej funkcjonalny. Tak, więc też potrzebujemy to krzesło obrotowe.
Tak, potrzebujemy tego krzesła obrotowego, żeby ten robot mógł się obracać i patrzeć na wszystkie strony. No i oczywiście ten robot musi mieć funkcję latania, więc możemy wykorzystać śmigła z drona do tego, żeby ten robot mógł się też odnaleźć w powietrzu, w przestrzeni kosmicznej, żeby mógł się poruszać. Tak, więc słuchajcie, mamy już pomysł na robota. Teraz pozostaje nam tylko wziąć się do pracy, ciężko pracować, zdobyć jakieś narzędzia i za 10 do 20 lat myślę, że będziemy w stanie polecieć w kosmos.
No tak.
Tak, bardzo, bardzo fajnie nam wyszło.
Ciekawa historia.
Ciekawa historia nam wyszła. Powiedz, Mariana, czy myślałaś kiedyś o podróży w kosmos?
Jak czymś, co może być naprawdę, czy po prostu jak jakaś fantazja, nie wiem.
Wiesz, teraz już można polecieć w kosmos. Przecież ludzie latają nawet turystycznie. Możesz być taką kosmiczną turystką. Czy myślałaś o tym?
No, może myślałam, ale tak jakoś myślałam, że nie będzie to, że nie może być to naprawdę tak szybko, żeby moglibyśmy gdzieś latać, bo chyba atmosfera nie jest przydatna dla ludzi na przykład z Ziemi. Więc to coś takiego, no może taka podróż na bardzo krótki okres, ale dla mnie jakoś to zawsze tak było w mojej głowie, to jest taka bardziej fantazja, coś futurystycznego, ale nie naprawdę coś, co może być tak szybko. Więc w takim sensie po prostu myślałam. A ty?
Ja myślę, że fajnie byłoby polecieć w kosmos, ale nie tylko po to, żeby tam sobie polewitować w takich warunkach bez grawitacji, tylko odwiedzić jakąś bazę na Księżycu albo jakąś bazę na Marsie, tak, gdzie wchodzisz i tam jest taka sztuczna biosfera stworzona do życia. To byłoby bardzo ciekawe, ale myślę, że na Ziemi jest tyle ciekawych miejsc jeszcze do zwiedzenia.
No właśnie. Właśnie, mam cel najpierw odwiedzić wszystkie ciekawe miejsca na Ziemi, a potem może po tym można gdzieś dalej w kosmos.
Tak, potem zobaczymy, tak, potem zobaczymy gdzie dalej, tak.
No.
No super, bardzo dobrze. So let's switch back to English because I see actually there is a Marco calling and he is a Serbian speaker. So maybe we could improvise a challenge with Serbian here. So let me just add Marco for a second. So Mariana, just wait for a little bit. Halo, halo, Marco, jesteś z nami? Are you there with us? Yes?
Moment. Samo moment. Je sad bolje.
Okay. So before we start speaking Slavic languages, maybe let's start with English, so you can introduce yourself to all the people that don't know you yet, because we already talked once, right? We talked during the
Yes.
the streaming of the game.
Like this.
Okay, w porządku. So Marco, where are you calling from and what languages do you speak?
So I'm calling from Vienna because I'm studying here actually, but so I'm speaking. Let's call it Serbo-Croatian to be politically correct. I guess Ekavian and Shtokavian version of Serbo-Croatian. So basically the standard of Serbo-Croatian.
Yeah, so in my videos we haven't really seen that many videos featuring Serbian, Croatian, or any variants of Serbo-Croatian. So maybe you have a word that you've prepared for us today.
Word?
A word that you could describe in Serbian. So I would like Mariana to join us as well. She's a Ukrainian speaker, so it would be interesting to see.
Actually, I have a really nice word. It was voted as the most beautiful word in Serbian by our Academy of Science, so it would be fun.
Yeah, so that would be interesting. However, if it's, you need to make sure that it's a word a concept that is universally understood. So it cannot be a word that is culturally specific because we wouldn't be able to guess it, you know?
Okay. I mean, it's a Slavic word. It's I think it's probably present in most of Slavic languages. Okay.
Yeah, but it's, you know,
I-
the game is about like describing it to us so we understand
okay.
the concept.
But should I choose something more abstract or more like?
I think we can start with something simpler, like something more like from the physical realm.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually, if you need some help, there is a random word generator that I can
Oh, perfect.
just link it there in the chat, and you can just generate random words. They are generated in English, but you can, you know, it may give you some ideas. So just click this button until you see the word that you think would be good for the challenge.
Okay. You will send it in the YouTube chat, or?
No, it's the interview chat on the.
Where I don't see it actually. Aha. Okay. Guest chat. Yes. Okay. Wait. Create random word. No, this is. Okay. Good. I have a word. It's actually very interesting if they will understand it.
Okay, so let's bring Mariana back. I think this is going to be here.
Hi.
Hello, hey.
Hello.
Mariana, what's your experience with Serbian language?
Yeah, this summer, a bit of autumn, I stayed in Montenegro, so I was kind of exposed to Montenegrin, also met some Serbian people a bit. Yeah, we tried a bit to speak like Ukrainian and they Serbian. It wasn't easy all the time, but it was fun. You know,
Yeah.
we noticed a lot of common words, but still there are a lot of false friends. You know.
Yes, I mean, from my like understanding, like we say ponos for pride, and you guys, there's a very different meaning for ponos in like East Slavic languages. Like, we're very
Okay.
proud,
Okay, that's interesting.
like
I don't know what to
because
translate it in English actually.
because gord is like
Gunka in
negative.
Polish.
Diarrhea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we say it's like like I'm proud. Ponosan sam. Yeah. So
That's cool. So you know, I also had some experience with Serbian when I was in Novi Sad once. I spent there a couple of days. But it's been a while ago. So let's see if we can understand you,
Yeah.
Marco. So let's switch to Slavic languages now. And Marco, jesteś gotowy? Możemy zaczynać?
može, da. Dobro. Moja reč ima veze sa zdravom ishranom. To obično jedemo kada hoćemo da smršamo. Uglavnom je zelene boje i nije jedna stvar, već je porodica stvari. Uglavnom je zdravo, puno vitamina je. Kako sada, čekajte. I obično se gaji u bašti, iza kuće ili ispred, ovo zavisi od bašte, ali u selu svaka kuća ima svoju baštu u kojoj se gaji to. Do you understand something?
Dobrze, to Mariana, може ти pierwsza.
Я не дуже багато зрозуміла. Я так зрозуміла, це якась тварина? Це щось про тварину? Чи ні?
Pretvoreno?
Czy to jakieś zwierzę?
Dobra.
Zwierzę?
Ні?
Zwierzę?
Ні?
Stworzenie, takie stworzenie.
Složenje, a ne razumem što je složenje, ali obično babe i dede gaje to u bašti i onda deca jedu i veoma je zdravo.
To jest coś bardzo zdrowego do jedzenia, pełne witamin.
Da, da.
E,
Ali nije jedna stvar, već je porodica stvari.
To jest jakiś...
Stwar
grupa.
to stwar це ж тварина, tak? Zwierzę.
Czy to jest jakaś rzecz może po prostu, rzecz?
Nije jedan objekat, već je više objekat.
Więcej obiektów. Czy to jest jakaś grupa przedmiotów? Rzeczy. Grupa rzeczy do jedzenia. A czy można z tego na przykład robić jakieś napoje alkoholowe?
Nema veze s alkoholom.
A czyli alkoholu z tego nie można zrobić, tak?
Ne. Može iz jedne i on se napravi vodka, ali to nije tehnički to što...
Ale wódkę chyba ze wszystkiego można zrobić.
Da.
Ne. Ovo o čemu pričam je vrlo zdravo. Zeleno je. Zeleno je. Vrlo je zdravo kad hoćete da smršate, kad ste na dijeti, onda jedete to. Ne jedete meso, već jedete ovo o čemu pričam.
Aha.
То воно довге? Ну, довге?
Długie?
Продовгувате?
Nije sve dugo. Koristi se za salatu. Uglavnom se jede kao salata. Ali to je familija stvari, porodica.
Aha.
Nije jedno.
Dobrze. Chyba mam jakiś pomysł właśnie.
Možda ovako.
Tylko może jaki jest kształt tego?
Kształt?
Czy na przykład które części tej rośliny? To jest roślina, tak? To jest roślina.
Roślina raste iz zemlje, da.
Tak, więc którą część tej rośliny jemy? Czy tę część pod ziemią, nad ziemią? Czy jemy owoce?
Pod ziemią i nad ziemią, da. I pod ziemią
Під
і над землею.
землею, під землею, над землею?
Да,
Дві
і
частини
по-
можна їсти. Можна дві частини їсти.
Da.
Całą roślinę można jeść.
U roślinę?
Czyli jemy całą roślinę, tak? I to, co jest pod ziemią, i to, co jest nad ziemią, możemy jeść spokojnie.
Uglavnom, da. Samo malo. Imamo sa jedne strane, imamo jednu grupu u koju spadaju ananas, jabuka, mandarina, ne znam, breskva i tako dalje. I u drugu grupu to je ovo o čemu ja pričam.
A, to jest bardzo ogólne słowo.
Ага.
Dobrze, to ja już mam pomysł. Mariana.
Маю не впевнена, чи правильно, але
Tak,
щось має.
możemy zaprezentować. Także ja myślę, że chodzi o warzywo.
Warzywo?
Albo warzywa, po angielsku vegetables.
Da.
Mariana?
Я думала, що це зелень. Зелень.
Po angielsku to będzie, in English it's...
Vegetables.
No, I don't know.
Oh, you're...
I thought it's different word actually. In English, по-англійськи. Зараз я знайду. Я щось не знаю. По-англійською. Greens,
yeah.
Green kinds of vegetables that
I mean, it's
like
close,
kinds of lettuces like kale, lettuce, cabbage.
like I don't know, петрушка, коперек, петрушка, потріб.
Kale.
Я не знаю, як то англійською.
So the correct answer in Serbian is
Povrće.
povrće. In English,
Yeah.
how does it translate to English?
Vegetables.
Vegetables.
It's pluralia tantum. There's no singular, so it's always in plural. It's povrće. I guess because vrt means garden, but it's more archaic. We say for garden bašta now. but we can also say vrt. So it's basically stuff that you grow in a vrt, povrće.
Українською овочі.
Oh, okay.
That's a false
Blizu.
friend. Because in Polish, owoce refers to
yeah.
fruits.
Yeah,
We say
yeah.
we say voće for fruit.
Voce. So you dropped the O. That's interesting. For a moment there, I thought that you were talking about beans or green peas, groszek, fasola. Maybe I thought that.
Well, you got the gist, so it's good.
I get confused when you start to say that you can eat like the top part and the below part. So I thought of like, I know that petrushka, I'm not sure what's it in English.
Parsley.
Parsley, yeah, I know that you can eat the top and the bottom. At least in Ukraine we do that, I think. So that's why I thought somehow that it's about green stuff,
But
like greenery.
But you said something about alcohol that I didn't understand. What was the connection?
So I was asking if you can make alcohol out of this.
Oh, yes, and I thought like yes, because like how do you say this?
Potatoes.
Yeah, potatoes. I mean, you can make vodka from them, but everything else is useless.
Yeah. So this word, we got it eventually, but I think like it was very, very generic. So it's very difficult to describe a word as generic.
I tried to
or easy or difficult.
I tried to like express this like porodic is family, like family of things like. Porodica stvari, like stvari is thing.
What is stvari? Thing?
Stvar in singular means thing.
A thing. Rzecz.
Okay, I was confused because I thought that stvar is like animal or something, like tvar.
Oh.
I know.
Like stwór in Polish, stwór is like a monster or a creature.
Yes.
So at first I thought it's something about animals. So
we
then...
say stwor for like it has a negative connotation for like a animal person, like entity, like
monster.
Yeah, like a monster.
Like for a person, you can say it.
Yes. Stvore jeden, like. But it's not that common.
I think it comes from the word tworzyć, stworzyć, to create kind of thing.
Yeah, tworiti.
Творити українською.
Do you say?
Someone wrote that in Belarusian twar means face. In Polish twarz is face also.
Twarz, yes.
Yeah.
In
Polish.
Face, twarz. I think I've seen an etymology of that word, and it is related to animals, or maybe the word for animals, zwierzę or zwierzę, comes somehow from the word for face, twarz.
Interesting. We say lice, like from lice.
Yeah, in Ukraine we can say lice or обличчя. Lice also.
Nice. But you say govoriti or vikati or something else for speaking?
In Ukrainian?
Yes.
Or говорити, розмовляти. Yeah, we say говорити.
Okay, nice. We say too. Because I spoke to, I think, Polish person here in Vienna, and they didn't kind of understand it, and they told me that it's more like Eastern Slavic thing, like to say govoriti. Like, I don't know.
Gaworzyć in Polish, it's the way children or little babies speak. Gaworzyć, gu 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 gu. That's when they say that gaworzyć.
Well, you're not wrong. Like Southern and Eastern Slavs, like when you hear us, it's like this.
Yeah, and actually, I just want to bring up some comments here because they're very interesting. Like, for example, in Czechia, circle, triangle, square, this all are twary. Like kształty in Polish would be. So figures, Like
We say
Figury.
figury.
we say oblique for this. Like figura is more like a statue or something.
Figura geometryczna we have to add in Polish. Figura geometryczna to make sure
Yeah.
that this refers to that.
Yeah, we just
In
say
Ukrainian, similar. Geometryczne figury.
Yeah. And how is it in Serbian?
geometrically oblique. But when you say oblique, it's implied that it's like a geometrical thing.
Yeah, I mean context obviously is important as well. And Bogdan also says that in Belarusian, żywioła is animal. Żywioła.
Okay.
And in
in Polish, żółw is the turtle.
żółw is a turtle,
Yeah.
but żywioł in Polish means an element, na przykład ogień, woda, powietrze, ziemia, żywioł. Żywioł,
Okay.
an element of nature, żywioł.
Okay.
We for animals we say животиня.
It's similar to Russian. Животные in Russian.
Well, I think a lot of Russian words came from Old Church Slavonic, which was used.
Yeah. It was
Awesome.
pretty
So-
influenced by Old Church
Yeah.
Slavonic.
So we have more common words with Russian for this simple reason, like for because of church stuff, I think. But it's fun to hear Ukrainian. I guess you guys were not that influenced, or maybe I'm completely
Because our language was more spoken. I think first it was kind of spoken, and more, and then from spoken it became written. And in Russian, I think it came. Well, it was pretty influenced, like by this Church Slavonic when the
yes.
Bulgarians came to, I don't know, to teach us this
Yeah.
Cyrillics and everything. So they were using Church Slavonic language for this. So from what I read, that Russian is more influenced by that kind of language.
And it's really like weird for me because we have some common words, and then I talk to Ukrainians, and then we just know, and it's like okay, it's weird.
Like we don't know common words, and we also have some maybe.
Well, of course,
not
but no,
many.
but not like these like more direct loan words.
And I see another comment from yes, Mariana.
I wanted just to say that you said it like at the beginning of when we were guessing the words. After you said bashta is something like garden. You said
Yes.
Yeah, because in Ukrainian we have the word bashtan. It's kind of a garden for watermelons, or I don't know what to say. Like where
Boston.
you grow watermelons. How do you say?
We say Boston.
Boston. Okay.
Yeah, it's from Turkish actually.
In Polish, it's
Okay.
arbuz.
Yeah, but I mean arbuz. It's the name of the fruit, right?
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the garden where you grow this.
Oh no! We say for watermelon, we say either Lubenica or Boston.
The place where you grow.
Yes.
Okay, because
There's no like name for place where you grow the watermelons. You just call it baszta.
ogród,
Garden.
pole, ogród. In Polish, ogród. A garden.
I believe old word for that is gradina. Like I know some people in southern Serbia still use it. Like gradina used to be garden, but I guess because of the Turkish influence, it's now baszta.
Yeah, horod in Ukrainian would be the garden where you grow plants. And things.
How?
Horod.
Horod. Like gorod.
Okay.
And actually, Bogdan, in Belarusian, garodniny, I think he's talking about vegetables. So I think I just wanted to bring it up just because we could see like a similar etymology to that it's also related to the word garden. So even though it sounds differently in Belarusian, it still kind of uses the same,
it's the same
logic,
mindset.
the same mindset.
Should we guess another word like from Ukrainian?
Possibly. However, I have another caller calling in, a Polish speaker, so maybe we can add Paweł as well.
Okay.
So, um,
Oh
so
God, southwestern and eastern Slavs in one group.
it's going to be interesting. So guys, I'm just going to put you on hold for now, just so
Okay.
we can meet Paweł, and we're going to yes, talk to him first. Okay, so Paweł, you're joining us now. Halo, halo, cześć Pawle. O, cześć.
Cześć, cześć. Hello. Hi.
Cześć. So first let's start in English, just so people know
Okay.
where are you calling from and what languages you speak.
So I'm calling you from Spain, where I live. I speak Polish, English, Spanish, and a little bit of French.
And a little bit of French. Okay, good. So you're a Romance languages guy, basically.
Yeah, more than Slavic languages.
Yes. But you followed my channel for a while. So what's your experience with Slavic languages, and how well do you understand them? Like,
When I studied, I shared my class with a girl from Slovakia. And well, when we started to study in Spain, we started to, try to speak to each other. I spoke to her in Polish and she spoke to me in Slovak. And that's how, well, I didn't learn any Slovak. It's just, it was funny to listen to it and try to understand what she was, saying.
yeah, that's kind of the thing. That's the idea for the videos that I make, is that you don't really have to actively be learning languages, but you can still enjoy them and learn something about them, and get inspired a little bit, which is great. So I think that in this setup that we have, we could do a challenge in which actually we are going to try to understand Serbian, maybe. So let me just bring everybody back to the stream. I hopefully it's gonna work. No, it didn't work. Give me a second. Now, hello everybody.
Hi.
Yes,
Hi, hello.
it works. Yes, so here we have a Polish speaker, a Ukrainian speaker, and a Serbian speaker. And I thought that for the challenge we could focus on Serbian one more time, just because, as I mentioned, there is not that much, that many challenges on my channels yet featuring Serbian. So that would be very interesting. Let me maybe just... So, Marco, you can think about another word to describe to us in Serbian, but maybe this time something more specific,
Yes. I've been looking for a word and I found it. Like it's fine.
Did you use the random word generator?
Yes. Wait, maybe another one. Just a moment.
Okay. Let me see if what happens if I do this. I thought that we could potentially just move to a different screen.
Okay.
Okay, 1 second. I'm just trying to make it look a bit different on the screen. So, we can go to this screen, which is a little bit more familiar to everybody. It's the classic Ecolinguist format. Let me just maybe adjust Marco a little bit.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, great. So whenever we're ready, we can start. So just to you guys, so you remember, try to ask questions or in your native language. So don't switch to English, okay?
And stop me when you don't like understand. Like
If we don't understand anything and we're going for like half an hour or 45 minutes without getting any of this, we're gonna stop you.
Okay.
But hopefully it's not gonna be that difficult. Great. So let's switch to Slavic languages now.
Dobro. Ova osoba je osoba koja mi je vrlo draga. Može bude i muško i žensko. Toj osobi možete poveriti sve tajne i generalno uvek želite da budete sa tom osobom. Družite se često sa njom. Provodite vreme sa njom. Idete zajedno u grad, idete zajedno u provod, u klubove, idete zajedno na koncerte. Obično idete sa drugim isto dragim osobama u provod, u grad i tako. Nije vam toliko draga da ne znam, da je ono, volite baš onako, već više simbolična ljubav. I generalno drago vam je kad vas pozove, kad se čujete, kad pričate i tako.
Dobrze.
Imate neke ідеї, o čemu pričam?
Мар'яна, може ти перша?
Ну, в мене є ідея, я, мені здається, знаю, яке це слово. Але в мене, ну, такі ще сумніви не. Ця людина, особа, з нею стосунки платонічні більше. Ну, в плані, типу. Зараз. Я думаю, як це запитати. Ця людина більше як. Чи є романтичні стосунки з цією людиною, чи тільки дружні?
Дружні.
Tylko drużni.
Da.
I Paweł? Paweł, co ty zrozumiałeś i czy masz jakiś
Tak,
typ?
to był mój pierwszy kontakt z tym językiem, ale dość sporo zrozumiałem. Może inaczej. Nie zrozumiałem dużo, ale tak z kontekstu udało mi się wywnioskować, że chodzi o osobę, która jest ważna dla nas, że to nie jest romantyczna miłość, tylko ludzie, z którymi dużo czasu spędzamy albo dużo gdzieś chodzimy, na koncerty, tam były różne inne rzeczy wymienione i chyba wiem, o kogo może chodzić.
Dobrze, ja też myślę, że mam typ, więc możemy prezentować nasze odpowiedzi. Mariana, ty pierwsza?
Друг або подруга?
Paweł?
Przyjaciel, przyjaciółka?
Przyjaciel, przyjaciele. Też tak myślę. Marko, czy to dobre odpowiedzi?
Drug, drugarica, prijatelj, prijateljica. It's isto je.
Yeah, so in English it would be a friend and friends.
Friend, yes.
A friend. Yes, but obviously like the English word friend is not exactly the same thing.
Well, in Serbian there's difference between drug and prijatelj, although not a lot of people make like distinction. Like drug is more like close. Like prijatelj is like, yes, we know each other and we're close, but not that. And like even and if you want to go further, like if I just know you from just like we are in the same class but we don't share anything, you're my poznanik, so I just know you. But
Yeah, in Ukrainian it's similar, actually.
But the drug is like my closest like ally.
Yeah,
Polish
in
we
Ukrainian
also have three different words for that. I'm sorry.
Nice.
Yeah.
We have kolega, znajomy, kolega, and przyjaciel, right?
Yeah. So in Ukraine, to say druh, it's like the closest level of your friendship, and приятель, it's more not like знайомый, so not like acquaintance, but
Mhm.
less than friend.
Mhm.
So, and yeah, знайомый is just like you know the person.
Yes, that you znasz,
Yeah.
that you know.
But yeah, but kolega in Polish isn't it? It's just a colleague.
It's not exactly the same as colleague because kolega or koleżanka, there are people who you know very well and you hang out with,
Oh.
you go out to cinema, to concerts, but you're not przyjaciele, you're not friends, like best friends. So they're like your mates or people that you spend some time with. But it doesn't mean that you have to work together like in English. Like colleague suggests that you probably
Okay.
work together, like yeah. So there is no distinction like that in Polish.
In
Just
Serbia,
Polish we would say is znajomi z pracy, right?
you could also say that like acquaintances from work potentially, or you could also say kolega z pracy.
Oh yeah, true.
But you also like you always like have to like specify. So when you say kolega, it doesn't mean immediately that you work together. You have to say kolega z pracy. Because it could be kolega ze szkoły, kolega z siłowni, kolega, all kinds
Yeah,
of.
that's interesting. So I always thought that kolega, koleżanka, it's actually about just colleague, like just work relationship, but not the like przyjaciel or something. So that's interesting to know.
in Serbia, we use kolega for work stuff, but also we can use it ironically, like hey kolega, kako si? Like when you come to a friend and you like ironically call him like kolega, like hey, kolega gde si? Or something. So
Yeah.
it's kind of similar.
In Ukrainian, we say like kolega is just like like your work, like person from your job, but also we say koleżanka, which came like from Polish, and koleżanka is used more wider, so like wider. So koleżanka could be just like a friend also, especially in some area of Ukraine, West Ukraine, Lviv, Ivano-Frankivsk, they would say koleżanka to like a female friend.
But for feminine, do you guys build feminine with itza? So we would say koleginica, for example. No.
We have the itza suffix for example, lecznica, just to specify a kind of a hospital or something like that. It's very specific.
We also have ka, like suffix for female stuff. I'm now forgetting like which stuff, but we for sure have it. But itza is like also like one of the most common like female traits.
Yeah, we have
Like,
like levica, for example, which is a
yeah.
lioness.
Yeah.
So it
Levica,
exists,
Ukrainian.
but it's not as common as ka, for example. Artysta,
okay.
artystka, poeta, poetka. We use ka a lot.
Okay, so it's ka.
And in Ukrainian? How does
It
it work?
depends. We have a lot of suffixes for feminitives. So like poetessa, it's for poet, female poet, or lьвиця, yeah, as you said. But what else? Ka also, managerka, продавчиня, иня. Yeah, математикиня, иня. So different suffixes.
Yeah, we also have inya. It's also in Serbian. I don't know like which words, but we do have it. So
Yeah, so before we move on to the next challenge, I have a comment from Hannah. Wait a second. Yes. So in Czech, if somebody say przyjaciel, przyjacielkinie, in 95% it means romantic relationship, but it may be also very close friend for who
oh god.
Yeah, it
friend
sounds
who I know a long time.
confusing. I know in German they also have the issue that they
Yes.
say Freund or Freundin, and you're not sure if it's romantic relationship or not,
Yeah.
and that's a bit confusing, I think.
Yeah, I'm currently in Vienna, and oh god, like I cannot say I have a Freundin because people think I have a girlfriend. and I'm like, guys, no, just slow down.
Yeah, but actually, I think that in Poland, in Polish, also przyjaciel, przyjaciółka, especially, it sounds a bit old-fashioned, but it could be referring to a romantic relationship. Like the new generation is not really associating it with that as strongly as the older generation. So yes, for younger generation, I believe that przyjaciel, przyjaciółka is just a very close friend. But for older their generation, it could have some romantic connotations.
In Serbia, you actually use like, so when you like someone romantically, like when you're young, like when you're a kid, you use simpatia, like for either female or male. But when you grow older, you use dečko or devojka. Like dečko, when a female says she already has a dečko, like it's like it's like a direct translation to boyfriend. There's no like doubt about it. And devojka is the same, like it's girlfriend. But girlfriend can
Sympatia, you said sympatia. It's also for children, or what's?
well, sympatia is when you are a child and you say, "Oh, I have a sympatia," you know.
So
But when you
sympatia,
get older,
it's for a person, or it's just a
yes,
phenomenon for a
no,
person.
it's for a
So the
person.
person could be sympatia. Okay, that's
Yes,
interesting because in Ukrainian this word it's more like a phenomenon. So
yes. No,
none,
in Syria it's also a phenomenon. Like sympatia is it's like an abstract, but it can also be used in this context also.
Paweł?
Yeah, in Polish we also say that, right? We say sympatia. Masz
Oh,
sympatię, right? Can we say that? No, it sounds strange.
I think we can say that, but it's more again like early teens, maybe like children in primary school. They would say that. Yes, yes, sympatia, which is kind of interesting. So it would translate as a crush, maybe in English. You know, you have a
yes,
crush.
yes, yes. When you
actually
get older, you don't have crushes anymore. You have boyfriends and girlfriends.
actually in Ukrainian this word is pretty common, popular right now. Crush, people just use it
Oh,
like a slang. So when they even sometimes say like krashicha, which like for a female or something. Yeah, but in general, crush is pretty common. But more often it's used more like in funny way. Just like if you see someone is doing something cool, the person they would say, "Oh, it's like semi crush. It's my crush." Just like person is doing something great or the person is great. Like maybe someone famous or just some blogger or anyone. They would say, "Oh, it's my crush." Yeah.
Yeah, that's English influence, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
So the word sympatia again sounds a little bit old-fashioned, maybe.
oh yeah.
But still, I think it's a cute word, But it's just not as.
But how do you say boyfriend, girlfriend in Polish? Like when you ask someone, do you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend?
I think we just use chłopak, dziewczyna, right? Like as a boy and girl.
So we don't even really say like mój chłopak or moja dziewczyna. We just say chłopak, dziewczyna, and that's already kind of implied.
Oh, okay, just.
I mean, you could say to mój. No, actually, we do say mój chłopak, moja dziewczyna, right? Yeah, I confused that.
Yeah, in Ukraine you say chłopiec, dziewczyna. Same way.
Yeah.
So маєш хлопця чи маєш дівчину. Like, yeah.
We don't
Or
have
if you-
chlop in Serbian. We don't have this word.
Chlop, you don't have that word, chlop? Or
No, we don't. We have dečko.
dečko. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah.
So funny.
Дечко.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
so guys, what about like having one more Serbian word? Then we could have one Ukrainian word. And then we will see. We're probably going to be running out of time. But I think if we could have one more Serbian word, that would be interesting.
Može.
And then maybe, Mariana, if you could think meanwhile about a word for the following challenge.
Just 1 second. Can I go to the kitchen because my food's gonna get burned?
Oh yeah,
10
sure.
seconds.
No
I'm
worries.
gonna be back in 5 seconds.
No worries.
How do you say to burn? like when the food goes.
Przypalić się,
Przypalić się?
czyli jedzenie się przypaliło. Jedzenie się przypaliło.
Підгоріло.
Tak.
Підгоріло. Yeah.
Tak, jak
okej.
się mówi po serbsku?
Zagoreti.
Zagorece.
Gorit is to burn. So zagoret is to like completely burn.
Gorzeć. Aha, dobrze.
Yes.
Więc jedzenie się nie przypaliło?
Ja
Wszystko pod kontrolą, dobrze. Zagrożenie pożarowe minęło. W porządku. To zaczynamy w takim razie. Marko, czy masz już słowo na kolejną rundę?
Da.
Dobrze, to zaczynamy.
Inače, dobro. Dobro, ovaj pojam o čemu pričam je velika životinja. Vrlo velika životinja. Ima 4 noge, ima surlu, ima kljove, ima veliko telo, ne živi u Evropi, ali živi u Aziji i živi u Africi. Hrani se biljkama, hrani se vegetacijom. Nema nema predatore koje love, već je na vrhu lanca ishrane. Love ljudi zbog god damn it, I maybe used the word here. Love ljudi zbog kljova, jer je taj materijal vrlo vredan u različitim kulturama. Okej. Da li razumete nešto?
Dobrze, może zaczniemy od Pawła. Co zrozumiałeś tak mniej więcej? Czy masz typ
Tak,
już?
ja zrozumiałem, że chodzi o zwierzę, które ma duże ciało, głowę, nogi, nie wiem jakie konkretnie, bo tam był jakiś przymiotnik użyty, ale jakieś nogi, że żywi się roślinami, jest na szczycie przewodu, na szczycie
Łańcucha pokarmowego?
łańcucha pokarmowego, dokładnie. Nie ma jakichś tam innych zwierząt, które by go zaatakowały albo zjadły i że z części tego zwierzęcia, albo że część jego jest dość droga, albo że dużo ludzi ją używa.
Dobrze, i Mariana, co ty zrozumiałaś?
Ну, я теж зрозуміла, що це велика тварина, що вона наверху харчового ланцюга, що ніхто її не може з'їсти. Дивне слово для мене був клюв, чи щось таке, має довгий клюв. Просто, да? Що це означає? Бо клюв по-українськи це те, що мають птахи.
Ptaki mają kły.
Та, клюв, ну, це... Ну,
Dzioby.
та. А що це по-сербськи клюв?
Kljova
Kljova?
nema veze sa kljuv, mislim. Možda sam pogrešan, ali mislim da nema.
Немає. Немає.
Nie ma tego słowa. Nie ma tego słowa, więc o tym zaraz porozmawiamy, ale Mariana, już masz typ, już masz taki dość dobry pomysł.
Ну, да.
Z tego, co zrozumiałaś, chyba już potrafisz wytypować zwierzę.
Більш-менш. Тобто, чи можна ще питання задавати, да?
Tak, tak.
Ще якісь особливі характеристики цієї тварини? Можеш сказати? Чим вона особлива?
To na mene nešto ili...
Ну,
Jakieś
щось...
cechy charakterystyczne.
Koje su ove karakteristike te životinje?
Tak,
Ta,
jakieś
щось
takie specyficzne
Aha.
cechy.
Kolor.
Koje boje? Dobro, sive boje? Dobro, sivo-plave boje, tako. Između sive i plave. Obično je u krdu, znači nije jedna životinja, već obično je u porodici, u krdu, zajedno sa ostalim jedinkama. Pa ja znam. Obično idu na velike migracije gde ima vode, gde ima dosta vode, da bi mogli da prežive. I ljudi ih koriste ponekad za jahanje, za transport. Tak.
Okej.
Dobrze, to myślę, że jesteśmy gotowi na prezentację słów. Tak? Mariana, twój typ.
Ну, я думаю, що це слон. Так, слон.
Paweł?
Tak, to jest słoń.
Ja też myślę, że chodzi o słonia. Słoń.
Da.
Tak? I po serbsku jak to będzie?
Slon.
Sloń.
Da. Rekao sam zamalo slonovača, to je materijal.
Po polsku
słona.
kość słoniowa.
Da. Mi kažemo slonovača.
Po ukraińsku? Mariana, jakby to było?
Слонова кістка, напевно. Так думаю.
Okay. So that was quite easy. That was quite easy, right? I don't know.
But did you understand kljova?
Yeah,
No.
that's a question I have, because I think when you said klova, I thought you said head, like głowa in Polish, but then talking with you, I think you meant the
Yes.
task,
Yes.
right?
The
Tasks.
task.
The-
We call tasks kljova.
Click. Yeah, we have something like click. Click. It's for those things. Yeah.
And sura is the trunk.
Хобот in
Хобот?
Ukrainian.
And in Polish, how would that be? Tasks and trunk?
Well, tasks are kły and then tromba.
Tromba.
Tromba and kły. Yes.
It sounds funny.
Klova, it's interesting because in Ukrainian this is like for a bird. Kluf, we have kluf for a bird. This part, I don't know the name in English.
We say kljun for beak. Like for birds, the beak. We say kljun for that. Also, we say
Dziuby.
we say prokljuviti, like to find out about something, but I don't know the etymology of kljuviti. It's I don't know. Serbian has a lot of like weird stuff, so
That could be like an old, Proto-Slavic
who knows?
stem.
I'm not.
People write that in Ukrainian, those long teeth, those are bivень, called bivni or
Bivni?
ikla. Yeah,
Biweń. Is that the one?
ikla. Yeah, or also ikla.
In
Igla
Bulgarian, bivni. Similar. And Czech, kelkli.
Kli. Kljovi. Similar.
And iklo, I'm not sure what language it's that. Iklo, ikla.
I think Ukrainian. Yeah. too.
Also.
But doesn't igla mean a needle?
No, ikla, it's different. K, not g, but k.
Okay.
But yeah, still in Ukrainian we don't say igla, we say holka.
Holka.
For needle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in Polish, how igła is going to be
Yeah, igła.
yes. So you
But I
guys
guess you guys have the w sound. It's I've tried learning Polish, and oh god, I just it's hard. Even like South Slavic is famous for like consonants, but Polish just beat us. Like congratulations, you're just
you're
like
I mean,
welcome.
Polish is one of the most difficult languages in the world, in the top 10. But for
is it?
Slavic people,
Yay.
still it's easy.
Oh,
It
God.
should be easy.
Yeah, there is just lots of irregularities. That's the main problem. But it's doable.
It's doable.
I
This should
know-
be eco-linguist like motto. It's doable.
It's doable. Okay, so guys, if you're ready, we can actually move on to the Ukrainian challenge now.
Okay.
Let's think of a
Should I
word.
write something down while Mariana,
Yeah.
Mariana.
while you're speaking, or should I just go for it?
So you can take notes if you want.
Oh, okay. Wait.
So I can start. Yeah.
Yeah, Mariana. So you have a word that, in mind?
Yeah. I know. I have a word.
Okay, so
you.
let's just wait for Marco to get
Sure,
settled.
I'm ready.
Okay, let's start then.
Це є овоч. Він росте під землею. Якщо ти його їсиш, то він має досить такий смак, зараз такий пекучий, ну тобто гострий смак, білий колір. Не всі люди його люблять їсти, тобто це специфічний, дуже специфічний овоч. Ну, в принципі, все. І ще в Україні принаймні говорять, що якщо ти з'їсиш цей овоч, то ти не можеш цілуватись. Ну.
O, dobrze.
Okej.
To Paweł, może ty pierwszy, co zrozumiałeś?
Że to jest owoc, który jest biały i dość ostry i pikantny, ale wydaje mi się, że to nie chodzi o owoc, że to może być jakiś... To nie chodzi dokładnie o owoc.
В польській мові
że-
це інше слово. По-польськи
To fałszywy
że-
przyjaciel.
Dokładnie, bo później zrozumiałem, że jeżeli się to zje, to nie można się całować. I chyba mam już pomysł na to, co to jest.
Dobrze, i Marko?
To nešto raste pod zemljom. Neki ljudi ga vole, neki ljudi ne. To jest da ga vole da ga jedu, a neki ne. Znači da je povrće. Ali ostalo nisam baš razumeo toliko. Ne znam šta je tačno. A znam da je za jelo.
Ale czy już masz pomysł, co to może być?
Pa neki ljudi ga vole, neki ne. Možda luk.
Dobrze, to myślę, że jesteśmy gotowi, żeby zaprezentować nasze pomysły. Więc Marko, twoja ostateczna decyzja to...
Luk.
Paweł?
Czosnek?
I ja też mówię, że to jest czosnek. Mariana, jak to będzie?
Чесник.
I po ukraińsku?
По-українськи чесник.
Dobrze. Czosnek. Which in English is...
Garlic.
Garlic.
Serbian, it's not look. Look, it's onion.
Look, it's onion, but Czesniak is more Croatian. We say berry look for garlic.
Oh,
In
interesting.
India. Yeah.
Okay.
Like white onion.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, so in Serbian it seems like you treat garlic as like a subdivision of
Yes.
onions.
There's luk, crni luk, berry luk. There's a lot of looks, but but there's no Czesniak. Czesniak is more in Croatia.
That's interesting. So actually, potentially, it could be an onion as well from the description that you gave.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was thinking. Yeah, that's true.
But garlic is famously bad for people who think about engaging in kissing.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
But caution, I didn't understand it was garlic. I just deduced it that because some people like it, some people don't, and this is like the main clue that I got, and that it grows under the ground. So So I didn't get that it was like garlic.
But fun fact, just relaxed, is saying that in Swedish they also call it white onion, vitlök.
Oh, nice.
An interesting connection there. Yeah, that's great. That's great. So I think that we've reached the end of the challenges today. I mean, we've done so many of them today. Actually, it's been going and going, so it's great. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. I enjoyed this format, and I'm planning to make some more videos on this particular channel, the Slavic Languages Hub. So you guys are welcome to come back anytime.
Sure.
Yeah. And
Thank you.
yeah, any final comments, words before we finish this?
I just seen the comment in the chat. Someone wrote that look the chosnek jest na ziemią, but no, I mean garlic. I mean you probably can eat the up part, but usually you eat that
The main
down
part
part.
is under the
Yeah,
ground.
yeah. But of course you can eat that too, but still.
Yeah, actually, when you describe a word, obviously you're not going to be as accurate as a dictionary. We just describe them the way we feel about them. About the words, because words are living things. And they're changing all the time and evolving. And the dictionaries, they just reflect what people think about words.
But I have a question for you guys. Like, do you understand like each other, like Ukrainian and Polish, like better than you understand Serbian? Like, is this because
Pavel,
I've read that
Yeah.
like East and West Slavic form a continuum to a degree, and that South Slavic is like more like separated because of the historical facts. And
so maybe let's start with Pavel. What's your experience?
It was quite more difficult to understand you, Marco, than to understand Mariana. And I guess that's just because Ukrainian is more similar to Polish than Serbian is to Polish, probably.
I mean, because you guys have no like, I mean, you didn't have that much of a border back in the day. Meanwhile, we were like separated by Romanians and Hungarians, so we didn't have that much of a contact, I guess. So
I mean, in the beginning, Slavs they were like all together, but
oh
then
yes,
like you migrated, and of course you probably preserved like some part of the old language, also some influence from neighbors. So of course
of
it
course.
got different. And maybe because we are closer, so our languages were more influencing each other. So that's
Yes.
why maybe it's most similar.
But I still think it's fascinating how languages change and how different they could be. Like back in the day, when we didn't have television or radio or internet, you could go to a different village, like 10 kilometers away, and people would speak a different dialect.
Yes.
That's fascinating, because now, obviously, because of the connectivity we have right now, the technology, it doesn't happen anymore to that extent,
Especially in Serbia, Croatia, Bosnia. I mean, you guys probably know like Serbo-Croatian, and people usually say, yeah, it's like Serbian and Croatian are like the same language, but their dialects are very different. And even Slovene has really different dialects, because Slovenia is a mountainous country, so basically every valley has its own thing. So like South Slavic languages might look like simple, but it's a nightmare to learn them, because if you go outside of your schools where you learn it, you will find a lot of dialect, a lot of slang. Like it's I'm not trying to like make you afraid, but it's quite hard. It's quite hard for.
It's one thing to consider for sure,
Yes, definitely. I mean, if you want to study Serbo-Croatian, then go to like northern Serbia, Bosnia, I guess, and western Serbia, because that's like the most standard dialect. Like the dialect there is like on which the standard Serbo-Croatian was built upon. Every other part of Serbia, Croatia, whatever, has its own like thing. I mean,
What about Montenegro? What about Montenegro?
Montenegro
Is it okay?
is also okay. In Montenegro, it's also like to a
Pretty
degree.
standard, you say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty standard. Like in the border regions to Kosovo, like it can get more archaic if you talk to older people, but like usually it should be okay. But like I mean, like younger people nowadays, they all know the standard, obviously, which is not that good because they don't know their dialects. So now the dialects are dying out. So it's like a win-lose situation. So yeah, it would be fun if you found a Slovene, because I've talked to some Slovenes and they could understand Slovakian quite good. So it would like transition between South and West Slavic.
Okay.
That would be fun to see. And also Bulgarians. Oh my God, they dropped all the cases. They don't have cases. They have only vocative, I think. And it's really fun how they managed to cope with it. Like the grammatical workarounds. Case dropping is amazing in both Macedonian and Bulgarian. So
English
it's
also done this. English
oh
language.
yes,
So it's perhaps possible for Slavic as well. But we
yes,
just got used to it so much to speak with cases.
yeah, and also Bulgarian and Macedonian are the only languages that have articles. So like the
Yes,
a like in English.
they have
Yeah,
articles.
Oh, wow.
Really?
yes,
I didn't know
yes.
that.
Interesting.
It's actually Balkan Sprachbund thing. Like Greek has it, Romanian has it, Albanian has it, Bulgarian and Macedonian have it. So it's like it's a Balkan thing. Like we are the funny zone of Europe, like in every aspect, even in linguistics. So
Interesting. Yeah. So we will continue some other time talking about this and playing more games. Thank you so much, everybody. I think it's a good time to finish the stream for today. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys and hanging out, and I think we've created like a very nice content here and experience. So see you around, everybody. Look out for another show, probably at some point next week. And yeah, that would be all for today. Have a great weekend.
you too.
Bye.
Yeah.
Cześć, cześć.
Bye.
Bye.
Zdravo.